What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we've got to get our boy Homer up on the lift because, to be honest with you, I can't just let that leaf spring like ride, if that makes sense. I do not want to get Homer tore up anymore, and I sure in the world don't want to hurt myself or somebody else. So we're going to get him on the lift real quick, get him up in the air to where I can look at it and see if we can get maybe something, some braces welded up in there or something. I'm not sure, but we're going to figure it out. So let's get after it. This is Buster Radio Garage. Make sure I ain't not living in it. Nice, man. Everywhere. He's not happy about something.
Ooh, that's loud.
Oh, yeah.
No, but your tire's about to go. Look at that big old bubble. I mean, it's a big old bubble.
That's been there. It'll ride. Well, he's not happy, so I think what we're going to need to do for sure is definitely change on the plugs, maybe the wires, and then we've got to get into, as you've seen in the thumbnail picture, where we got the big flames shooting out. I talked with a couple people. I talked with our friends over there at Boosted Ride. If you haven't done it, make sure to go follow, give them a sub, tell them VRG sent you. And then I sent a message up to my builder, but he's out racing pro nitro cars this weekend, so hope he has fun and wins. But anyway, getting off subject, we think it's the burst panel popping out in and out real quick, so we might need to adjust them springs. But anywho, let's get to seeing what's going on. We definitely need to address that rear end and see if we can get that spring perch kind of, started up a bit, is what I'm saying. So let's get after it. Come on, Homer. Look at all the damage that quarter panel. Good night. The exact shape of a concrete barrier. Oh, can you hit that power switch? Second floor, car parts.
You need to put your locks at the back.
Busy rolls off. Probably a good idea to do that.
You think?
Wonder how close we're to getting that last one. How close are we? I can't tell. The hole's blocked. Probably I'll put these in so we don't fall off there. Oh, we need about an inch. We ain't gonna get the inch. And from right here, an inch makes all the difference. But he's not giving that inch today. All right, let's see what we got. That's a shame. That's probably gonna get blown off there.
You lost the metal piece to it. That's not. That's just the rear end, the thing itself.
What's that? This?
No, you lost the metal piece that goes here.
Yeah, it's in the back seat. I don't know what we're gonna do about all this. It really doesn't matter. This body is shot. But here is our dilemma. Is this spring perch, which is attached to this. I think it's attached. I can't tell. It's all manwiched together. But I bought myself a new Sawzall today. So we're gonna get in there and just start cutting stuff off of it. And see if we can get us some grommets or some braces or something put in there to try to hold this spring perch in place. And then we'll kind of go from there because they're really not made of nothing. I've actually got some drag racing spindles, I think, for the lack of a better word. Not going to sit here and act like I know what I'm talking about and what they are because I truly don't know. But I have a couple of those from Jags. I might be able to weld or bolt those to the frame rail and then bolt the leaf spring to that, and that'll be enough to get us through. And then try to get this body to last till winter. And then we either, and I know I've got a lot of comments from that last video. I bet there was, when I said we may use Miss Mabel, I bet there was 20 comments in that thing just absolutely begging us not to use Mabel as a burnout car to save her. In the meantime, we just got to get through 3 or 4 major events and then some like oddball stuff around here. And then winter comes, and then of course it's back to tearing stuff apart. So, and then we've got the new car that's coming to the channel, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, because this YouTube car has been like, how can I say this, off the radar, for the lack of better words, for I know 5 years, and I know a lot of you are going to want to see that car again. And I'm already considering like a burnout car out of it, but I would probably get hate mail for months. So we'll figure something out with it. But anyway, I cannot wait to get that here. We're trying to get it here from Texas because, to be honest with you, Kathy and I don't want the 40 straight hours in the truck. Let's just venture to say 45 straight hours in the truck, because I've got a walnut bladder and she can shake that phone to tell you yes or no it's true. Yeah, it's true. And we would have to stop a bunch. And you know, if you're that close to Mexico, you know, you want to cross the border, maybe go to Tijuana or something. We don't want to do that either. So let's get to seeing what we can do with this thing. I don't have enough room for a socket, so we're going to try a wrench and see if I've got enough salt in my britches to turn this bolt, if I can find it. I don't know if I can get a bite on it. I have a feeling this bolt's going to shear in this spring person. Ooh. Don't want to go running my hand into a bunch of sheet metal screws. That's about the only thing holding this trunk pan in. Oh, look at that. Ooh, something moved.
The cart?
No, something in here moved. Yeah,
the trunk pad's bit, remember? It's got a big old bubble.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what I don't want to do is this spring to snap, come down and slap me in the hand. To be honest with you, I'm not tickled. I'm surprised it didn't break the spring. We hit that wall hard. I just couldn't see nothing. Not gonna lie, I don't like having my hand in that line of fire there. Talking about being gunshot, good night. We peeled this frame back pretty good. I was gonna run it and say heck with it, but I plan on doing like a massive tip-ended ice cream cruise. And I don't want this to all fold over because I've got a boatload of money in this rear end. The pumpkin, the fuel cell and all that in the back. The body I don't care about. I mean I do, but if it gets hurt, whatever. I need to insert a few moments right there in here because this will just take it. Here's the size of that bolt. I mean, I ain't kidding you. Okay. Well, hell, that ain't even bent. What did we bend, the frame? Look at that. Well, okay. So we must have bent the frame itself. Oh, and we did. Yeah. We bent the frame real good. So here's the frame rail that Purge is sitting on, and it is completely bent over. I mean, it's supposed to be, you know, this is supposed to be here is what I'm saying. And then we actually tore the support metal here. So, yeah. Gonna have to figure out something here. I guess the next thing he's gonna do is try to get these bolts out and get this leaf spring to drop, but that's gonna be an adventure because I promise you something here is gonna break. All right, let me figure out something and I'll be back with you.
No, we're just gonna trial and error. Probably needs greased and oiled and everything else.
Ouch!
Get up just in case.
Yeah,
I don't trust you.
I wouldn't trust me either. Oh, look at this. Okay. Let's see if we can get another bite on it. All right, guys, so we went ahead and got this pulled over almost 3/4 of the way. So I'm gonna try to hook to this spring and try to straighten this out just a hair. and then we'll try to pull this out. Not sure how this is gonna work, but
Oh yeah.
Ooh, don't want to wear this as a mouth guard, that's for sure. That looks pretty good. We'll see if it'll stay that way. That looks pretty good. We just got to get, I don't know if I want to try to pull this section here back out. We still got this monster tear up here we got to deal with too. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. Mainly, I just want to get this kind of together and go from there. All right, guys, where we're at is we got everything pulled to left to right. Is about as good as we're going to get it for this minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get the truck, bring it down, set it here, drop Homer down to where he's about as even bumper to bumper. And they're going to wrap a come along around this frame rail, just kind of feed it around and create a knot right here. And we've got to pull this section of this frame rail back around, shoot, 3 inches probably. And in turn, doing that, we should lower this shackle back down even with this side here. And then in turn doing that, we ought to have this somewhat all lined up. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of get everything cleaned up and see what we can do as far as holding it there. Because I promise you, back here, like where this frame rail metal is all torn, and this shackle and all this jazz, it's going to have memory in it. So it's going to want to go back to where it was at. So whether we do it like Kentucky Hillbilly way and we just ratchet strap it in place so it stays there to get through a couple more events, or we start welding in here and try to create a bracket system, I'm not sure. Kathy run to go get the truck real quick, and then we're going to get to pulling on this and see what happens. All right, we're getting our jig, aka the truck set up so we can pull Homer against it. So Kathy's getting that pulled in here, using that big old truck camera in there, which is awesome. That ought to work. Squirt, show everybody what we got in stock now. Busted radial garage lanyards. I know a lot of you asked for these when we were up in Michigan, but they hadn't come in time. So we've got those now. We're gonna be doing some of those as giveaways, so on and so forth. So keep an eye out for those. Well, hopefully this does it. All right, so in theory, we should be able to, we're gonna have to chalk Homer's wheels. The truck should stay there.
I'm standing way back here.
Oh, well.
I started to say you didn't have the other hook.
We're moving stuff. Ooh.
Oh, that was a good chunk.
She's moving.
The hillbilly way.
The hillbilly way. The gradual jiggle wiggle. I'm just hoping I'm not exceeding the portion of the strap. She's a crack, snap, snap, crackle, popping. What worries me is we were using a 25-year-old, 30-year-old come-along that we found in a barn, and it's been hanging over there for 10 years. So, yeah. I mean, that's looking pretty good. I think I might give her one more pull, and that's going to be about it. We're even at the top, and I understand this tail's not going to come because we don't have anything hooked to that, but the main portion, the frame rail and that shackle, we've got a good bite on. Ooh, that came. I think I'm happy with that. So what we'll do is we'll get the turnbuckle loose, we'll tap this bumperette insert back, and then we'll get under there, raise Homer back up and see what we look like. But that looks really good from here. So, yeah. Oh, the spring is almost perfect now. Damn, that spring is almost, I think we're good. I was wondering if the memory pulled it back. But no, we're pretty dialed in. And back here with this tearaway off the frame, that's actually back close too. So let me get all this back off here. I mean, look at all the rubber. Good night. And then we'll raise him back up in there and see what we got. Because I'm probably going to Swiss cheese my fingers here if I ain't careful. Back up, Homer. All right, let's see what we got. Woo! Top. Oh, yeah, we're much more better. Spring is actually pulled back to match the other side. It's kind of got a, a Detroit lean to it, but I'll take that. So I think what we're going to need to do is, let's see if I can motivate this to come out a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get some. All right. So that's technically in the same neighborhood of where it should be. However, we still got kind of a on this spring perch, which I'm not really too concerned with. So I think if we can get something in here, box this in and support it, do a little bit of welding on it, I think we're going to be in there like swimwear. And this will be good to go for the ice cream cruise. Kathy come up with a good point. We really need to take this fuel line, disconnect it from the fuel cell, put it on the back side of this now, and then put it back in and professionally mount it with zip ties. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to do like a BRG patent pending paint job and just paint all this blue, just so it doesn't look so obvious, and we're just not going to run the rear bumper. Heck with it. Because like we said, this is the last year for this body. Let's just be honest. And
get rid of all that plastic.
Yeah, Kathy said get rid of all this plastic, get rid of all this jazz. That, we got one messed up front eye. Homer has the lazy eye, so he might as well have a matching lazy eye in the rear too. And then we'll get plugs, wires, all that jazz, get him dialed in, take the valve covers off. We're going to go ahead and check out the valve train. Get all that looked at, make sure we're okay, which I'm pretty sure we are. Need to check the torsion on the springs for the burst panel. Like I said earlier, if you look on the thumbnail that you're looking at for this video, I think it was 4 times right at the end of the run when Homer was just clean to the floor, we would have a microsecond of a pop, and then he'd run perfect. Pop, run perfect. And I can't find anything on the engine whatsoever, so I think what was happening, his boost was getting up past the point of that burst panel, and ours is spring activated, so it's just pop, pop, pop throughout the run. So we're going to check the torsion on the springs, run him again, see how that does. And if he turns out cool, Homer's heading to the ice cream cruise, and we plan on another 60, 70 mile an hour tip in that box. And at this point, what do we got to lose, right? Just this body, and we're done with it anyway. So it's going to be full send. Maybe Homer will do his last ride into the sunset on that concrete wall. And then we will have the 3rd or 4th, not sure, rendition of Homer for 2025, which is going to be... So anyway, all right, cool, guys. So we're going to piddle fart around this for a little bit more, and I think we're going to call it. So let's see what we can do. Take my machismo spirit and just... I mean, that folded that up like a paper towel, man. Yeah, then we beat that. I think that's going to be fine. I think what we'll do is we'll just run it. Because this portion of the frame rail is just... And maybe if I beat this back, it would pull that, but it's really not going to help anything. So I think what I'm going to do is block this, weld it, which it's probably not going to hold a weld because it's, it's paper thin. Block it, strap it, and full send it. Like I said, what's the worst that's going to happen? And if he makes it to no name, if he doesn't blow up at the ice cream cruise and he makes it to no name, those are virtually standing burnouts. I mean, we could come in and do a little bit of a tip in, but as you know, there's a big grass infield there. We may just come into a small tip in and just bust them down. But right now, the main concern is getting this thing to the ice cream cruise and making it happen. So Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. We just wanted to come in real quick, do a quick deal with you on getting this kind of, put some lipstick on the pig, if that makes sense. And then I will go get some plugs, some wires, some other jazz, check on all that, and we'll just call it a day. So, anywho, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.